Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Let's try to have some fun on this video. And I haven't really sat and kicked it with you for a while. Let me start by saying, you know, uh, I just got married in September. And one of the girls who attended our wedding, and I believe she was a part of it, who lived in Valencia. I'm not going to show a picture. I'm not going to tell you her name. But, she was recently killed by her husband, who was jealous, uh, allegedly killed by her husband. You need to say that because without knowing full details or seeing the actual paperwork, without seeing the actual paperwork, you may not fully know. But from what I understand, he did have an addiction problem, and they were separated, and for some reason, whatever it was, he felt the need to take her life. She had two kids, I believe, or something along those lines, or what have you. So my heart goes out to her family. You know, um, Thank you for supporting me, and me especially when we got married. And it's just a terrible thing. Here in the Philippines, jealousy always seems. I mean, jealousy anywhere, anywhere is bad. Especially when it gets you to the point to where is that you feel the need that you have to do harm to someone else. You know, um, you know, uh, but jealousy's been around a long time, ever since Cain and Abel. You know, and all you know that story. I spoke about it one other time. So jealousy has always been uh, a part of our makeup. But it's how you handle it. So anyway, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about that, but which because I don't know it all the detail. But I just want to just let you know that something tragic has happened close to us. You know, and it's a shame. Okay, um, something. Okay, I want to speak about social media. You know, social media is very easy for people to say horrible things to people without having to look them in the eye and say it. It has allowed us to hide behind, you know, um, uh, the camera, the phone, or whatever device you're using, the computer, and just be able to say things. We see it happens in politics. We see it happen, in social life. You see it happen in relationships and what have you. But one thing I've learned in life for myself personally, I'm only talking about me. I'm not talking about nobody else, just me. That if something bothers me, you know, if someone says something that and it's happened to me more than once. If someone says something to me that that you know that I don't like, or I wait, I wait to respond because your reaction is to throw up on that person. Oh, you motherfucker! How can you say that? You don't know me. You don't know a damn thing about me. So how the hell can you talk like that about me without knowing me? Who in the flock are you, man? See, you ain't shit. So it's easy to say that. I mean, texting it on the internet to somebody, you know, who I, you know, who who I don't have the opportunity, we'll say that, don't have the opportunity to say face to face. So for me, it's always been better, even the States, like if I'm sitting in a room, and we're sitting around saying, and someone decides to make me the butt of the joke, you know what I'm saying? And I might say, okay. Okay, and my feelings are hurt because hey, in spite of being a double OG's feeling get hurts too. Instead of getting my feelings hurt, you know, to respond, you know, emotionally at that moment in the heat of it, can escalate something that was never meant you know, to go that far. So for me personally, I might come back a day later, I might come back a week later, or I may see you a month later, and then I would say, hey, my man, yeah, I want to talk to you for a minute. You remember that time we were sitting up at the house and you said that about me? You see, man, he might say, yeah, man, that was fun. I said, okay, man, I just want to tell you, man, you hurt my feelings, man. I really didn't expect that from you. I expect better from you. To want to catch wreck on me. One of those, especially what you said. And he might say, oh yeah, okay, man. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that. I really didn't. You know, whatever reason he might use, but the point of the matter is that I was able to let them know. So for me personally, if someone says something bad about someone else to me or something like this, then I can easily throw up right away. But sometimes sometimes I much rather let it sit and think about it and say, what would Jesus say? No, okay. But I much rather just stop and think about it. Before just throwing out something out there. But the social media has allowed us to say that. I was with this girl, and I had a girl working for me, and uh, jealousy fell into place. There was really no need because I'm working with this person. This is someone who I'm working with. We're doing videos and all this stuff like this, and we're working together. And something that happened. And, okay, well, look, can we talk? Okay, so I was with my artist, and we were spending a lot of time together because we're working. Teaching her songs. Her learning new songs, and going to the gym. I tried to get a Las Vegas ready because I really had it in my mind to take this girl to Las Vegas. And the other girl, who I was with, my lover, because you see, I have a lot of girlfriends. All around the world. I have girlfriends, but I only have one lover. You see, so there's a difference. I know here in the Philippines, calling girl, hey girlfriend, a lot of like, ooh, really take it to heart. And I said, no, you're my girlfriend, girlfriend. And once they understood, then it's okay. Now I go to say, hey girlfriend, she said, hi boyfriend, like this, and it's kind of, it's kind of, it's kind of warm, that they recognize that as that. So anyway, the girl who was my lover, I just found out that she was married and like this, and she had to go. She had to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to live with a married Filipino woman. I'm still kind of fresh in this country, and I'm learning the rules and laws and regulations and all that stuff. I like that. And yes, we had decided to have a baby, but you see, the key thing is here, don't think about it as a foreigner, coming to get a Filipino pregnant, because a lot of times that's what happens. A lot of times the foreigners come here on a run through Asia, you know what I'm saying? Like Johnny Appleseed, plant a kid here, plant a kid. Who cares, like this? But, when you plan on it, that's a whole lot different than a girl walking into the room and says, honey, guess what, baby, I'm pregnant. Are you sure?
Drop the bomb on me, baby. You drop the bomb on me.
that unexpected pregnancy. You see, it's that unexpected pregnancy that happens a lot. You know, uh, I don't know what the ratio is, but it happens a lot all over the world. Unexpected pregnancy. So even if you're not married, you know, and you decide to plan to bring a child into this world, that's the next best thing to being married. Why? Because you're planning. If you plan to do something, well, then there can't be no surprises. You know what I'm saying? If you're planning to bring a child into this world and want to make this a better place for the three of you, then that's a beautiful thing, man. You can't fault nobody for having a child. If you're not married or whatever like this. If they're two adults, if that I don't, I don't, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. And even when I was talking about to this girl about having a baby, we were still talking about getting married. You see, because that's when I think life begins. I spoke to this once before. Life begins when you decide to bring a child into this world. So, so, um, so she had to move. I mean, she moved like right away. I literally packed her bags. I had a friend of mine who was the manager of a hotel in Cebu. And she came. She had dinner, and the plan was, look, we're gonna sit here and eat this Jolly B. But after she finished licking her fingers, I'm sending her walk into your hotel and put her up in the room. Like that was the plan. And then she would get a place, and I told her, look. I know this is rather sudden, but I'm not jeopardizing my freedom in a foreign country, living with a married Filipino woman. And plus I paid her 5,000 pesos a month for 1 year. There have been several times here in the Philippines, when I have fixed girls' teeth. You know what I'm saying? About three of them, fix their teeth. Because I wanted to do something for them. I wanted to give them something. And there are girls who have been with, not very many. Don't get me wrong. That I'm so grateful for the time that we had together. That although we're not going to be together anymore, let me take care of you for a period of time. Until you can stand on your own 2 feet and move on with your life. And that's what I did with her. I gave her 5,000 pesos a month. Now the thing was is that she didn't see it as it being. Uh, uh, she didn't see it as it being, the reason why I'm asking her to leave. She saw it as, because she was jealous of my artist who I was working with. She was jealous. She had thought that, hey, that we were having an affair. I don't know what she thought, but all I know that it was the crux of her anger, because she would not accept the fact that being married in the Philippines, or a foreigner being married in the Philippines, is not the way to go here in the Philippines. So what happened was that she started texting her. She texted her, some things, some very hurtful things. I mean, so hurtful that the girl came to me crying. She came to me crying. She was sitting on the edge of my bed, in my condo, saying, why would she say these things on my Facebook? Why would she say these things? All my fans, all my people, all them seeing this, and they're looking at me like, like a home wrecker, like this. Why is she saying these things to me? And she call her, tell her to come, because I want to kill her, like this. And I'm trying to keep her composure. I said, baby, I want to kill her, cool her now. I want to kill her. And I saw the rage, I saw the anger, and what words can do, from social media. So that's why, of course I never called her, and of course, uh, you know, uh, she sent this my model or my artist sent a text to her, and they're going back and forth, and then I received a text, and of course it's coming to me in Bisaya. It's coming or Tagalog. It's coming in like I can't read it. It's very long, and and this is one of these conversations that says, "You see, translation hit this." It didn't have that. Now I know I could have copied and pasted and put it on the computer and translate it into what it was he said, what was being said, but I wanted somebody to read it to me. I wanted someone, so I had to find someone who I could trust that could read this and tell me what it says because I wanted to know, what she was saying. And so what happened that when I showed it to somebody, someone started reading it. She said, "Oh, Gerard, I can't tell you what this says. It is so bad." I said, "Oh my God, is it that bad?" It's bad, And I had someone in the same reaction is that they're not going to translate it because it's so bad, you know. And I still have it on my phone, you know. Uh, but you know, I understand it was set out of anger from the person who it's funny I'm talking about power. I tell you, God plays a lot of funny tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this story about the person who I was working with, and of course she comes up on the computer. So anyway, you know, um, social media it's like that. It's like that. Now I was telling you about the girl that some people will say some things that they said, some horrible things, and then a few days pass and it's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm saying, "What do you mean, hi, how am I doing? Do you not remember what you said to me? Do you not remember the horrible things you text me?" I mean, I'm saying, that's why I say you never say anything that someone's gonna have a hard time forgetting you said it. I know we say things. People say things, and then um uh, um I don't know if they regret to say it, but yeah, I'm gonna say they regret this. They said it. So I try to safeguard myself from that. Is when I'm reading something, or if someone is saying something or talking about me, or something like that, when I know, a lot of, I could say a lot of hurtful things in the moment. I can say a lot of ugly things in a moment. I could call you a whole bunch of motherfuckers. I know a lot of curse words. That I can break your heart with. Saying, but no, see, that's my stooping to your level. See, I'm not gonna do that. I'll wait until I find a more palatable way of having our discussion or continuing our discussion without your anger being so dominating. I'm talking about this. So okay, there you go. So anyway, I wanted to touch bases on that, but my wedding. A lot of you asking me like, how is married life? All I can say is that it's been so long for me since I had the luxury of climaxing inside of a woman. I almost forgot, you know, what it felt like, But that part of it has been so rewarding for the both of us. for the both of us. So, and that aspect of it, at first, our at first, our sex life was like, almost none. It's like when the ring got put on my finger, my body said, "Oh, forget about it. You're married to it. Don't worry about it. It'll be here, forever and ever and ever." And I just wasn't, sexually aroused to her almost anymore because of that, because of the ring. At least I think it's because of the ring, But then, it's almost like I had to work at, falling in love with her again, you know, and um, even when we would make an attempt to, my body just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And um, frustration would, would lead in, and then I would just say, stop, just stop, just stop, just stop, just stop. It's not going to happen. You know, and then, but like anything else in a marriage, you have to overcome those hurdles that come up, and that overcame, and now it's more wonderful than ever. So that part of the relationship is good. Now I'm going to stop this here real soon because I don't want to go over it too long because I'm trying to keep you short. The question or the subject came up of buying a home or buying land, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. We just got married, you know. I don't have the kind of savings or the kind of old money or investments that a lot of foreigners might have. Where they run buy bars and houses and build and like this and buy land. That's not my makeup. So I said, okay, we will buy, but we have to save for it. So I set a ground line that said after 2 years of our marriage, you know what I'm saying, that should allow us to save and accumulate a savings, and then at that time we will revisit the subject of buying. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. You're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make me feel like a king. And remember, I always love you more. Now, I stayed away from a topic of another blogger discussing my videos. And I'm going to still do that now because you know what? It's all about entertainment. Are you not entertained? I will always love you more. I'll talk to you later.